Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Reasoned. So as we all know, Donald Trump won the election. However, to this day, Kamala Harris and the whole camp is still crying about it. And I don't really blame them considering the amount of money they blew on this campaign. Kamala Harris spent more than $1 billion. That's 4 times more than Donald Trump. And yet she lost very badly. And now there's a report out how she wasted all this money. Because, she's the epitome of a corporate Democrat. Yeah? What are corporate Democrats? These are these corrupt individuals that get paid by billionaires and corporations to fund their campaign. And then once they get into office, they serve their donors. They don't serve the people. You know what I mean? So that's why I always said Donald Trump is the populist candidate. He's the man of the people. Kamala Harris is a corporatist. So let's watch this video together and you will just realize how much money she just wasted on silly things, and she got nowhere near the amount of numbers that Trump got, and Trump was getting invited places for free. She was paying to go to places. Trump got invited to places for free, and he was speaking for hours and hours and hours. So yeah, let's watch the video together and let's react to it.
Out nicely for Oprah. She got her friend Kamala to pay her $1 million to interview her in September. $1 million. Now, if she thought she was saving democracy, she should have done it for free. Kamala scared donors by calling Trump a dictator, got $1 billion, then just gave it to her friends.
So Kamala Harris paid Oprah $1 million to interview her. I mean, if Oprah really liked Kamala Harris, she would have done it for free. Why is she charging her? Did Joe Rogan charge Donald Trump or any of these other podcasters? So that just shows you they're all corrupt. They take the money from the donors, then they give it to their friends to interview them. If Oprah really liked Kamala Harris and if she really believed in the project, she would have done it for free.
And blew the rest on being a diva. Kamala went on a podcast, remember Call Her Daddy? But she didn't want to go to their studio in LA. So she made the host fly to DC and used campaign cash to build a fake set in a hotel room. She spent more than $100,000 to build it. That set, see it? 2 chairs, a coffee table, and a bookshelf. That's 6 figures. Now, we looked at the set. We probably could have done it for around $6,000. That's without labor. But where'd the rest of the money go?
So, Kamala Harris was probably one of the worst candidates I ever seen, because Donald Trump was doing like 3 rallies a day in 3 different states, jumping on the plane, going to another rally, doing podcasts in between, going on Joe Rogan, going on Valuetainment. I think he done like 10 plus podcasts with different, people. And Kamala Harris was offered to do a podcast with Joe Rogan whilst she was in Texas. And, Joe Rogan invited her and Kamala Harris was like, no, you have to come to me. But then Joe Rogan was like, no, I'm not going to come to you. I'm inviting you on my show. You can come to me. So this just shows you she's just not comfortable out of her comfort zone. So a person that just can't do a podcast, and sit there for 2 or 3 hours and just answer questions and be herself, how is she going to lead the country? Even when she lost, it took her like 48 hours to give a concession speech. Like, what was she doing during that time? Crying in the toilet or something? She was not a real leader. The fact that she drags people to come to her and she only gives them an hour, it just shows you everything is scripted. She cannot go unscripted. She cannot have a genuine conversation, and that just shows you how much of a fake person she is and why she would have been a terrible president.
We don't know. So she's still trying to soak folks for cash. 24 hours after the election, on Wednesday, Democrats got a text from the campaign. Urgent. We need help. Donate now. Help with what? You lost. This is how she's going to spend her donors' dollars. Imagine what she would have done with our taxes.
Exactly. So you get the gist of the story. Basically, in America, they have this model, which I actually quite disagree with, and I think it's a very important thing, where corporations can give unlimited money to candidates. And it was called Citizens United, and it was signed in 1978. And that's when you can really actually realize the rise of corporatism in America, the rise of military industrial complex, because we have a few billionaires that control the politicians. The politicians in America, they don't work for the people. And the reason for that is that in order for you to become president in the United States, you need to raise hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. So, for example, Obama raised over $1 billion from the financial sector, and that's why he bailed them all out, even though they should have all gone to prison after the 2008 crash. You know, the pharmaceutical industry is a big donor, and that's why the drug prices are so high in America. So American politics is very corrupt. And the reason why I like Donald Trump is because he was already rich before he got into politics. He didn't really need donor money, right? So that's why I called him a populist, because he already had everything. He had the mansions, he had the private jets, he had the women, he had the golf courses, he had it all. He was, partying with celebrities. He didn't need to become president. He could have just chilled somewhere by the beach or in one of his golf courses for the rest of his time. But then he chose to fight for America, and he chose to drain the swamp, because people like Kamala Harris are the swamp. People like Obama, even the Clintons, they are all corrupt politicians that get billions of dollars from donors, and when they get into office, they do exactly as the donors ask them to do. They give them tax breaks, and they do all kinds of other things. So thank you for watching another video with Reasoned. As you know, my name is Eunice Rocks. Make sure you check out my YouTube video as well. And yeah, thank you, and let me know what you think in the comments.